Hey YouTube, coming at you with a team that I essentially put three Pokemon that I've really liked using over the past couple weeks together on the team to see if they meshed. And they did and they didn't. So Shadow Venusaur, Umbreon, and Whiscash. So the thought process was Venusaur I just used in my video this morning. Yeah, this morning with AC and Slash. The teamed up Weak to Fire. So like I loved Venusaur. I loved how hard it hit. I liked that it covered all the fighters and mud boys that are currently in this meta. So I did that. Like okay, two other Pokemon like I need something to deal with Skarmory if you're gonna run a Venusaur. So I put in. I was like looking through Pokemon like what if I use what's still decent. I was like Whiscash makes sense again. Like I could talk about how broken Skull is and everything. And the third one is Umbreon. And again, I used Umbreon earlier in the season, and every time I use Umbreon, it's always great for me. Yes, you do need to watch out for the fighters and like Poliwrath and stuff like that, and fairies, obviously. Uh, but outside of those two, you pretty much stay in and do well against everything. You do great against like the old save swaps of Sableye and Lickitung, and it's just really strong Pokemon. So let's look at some battles. I did start off good, and then ran into some problems here and there. Lanturn again, a good lead. Figure out the counter user, right? Water and counter users very much dominate the meta. Excuse me. But yes, we are. You need to shield because you are so glassy. I'm gonna go right to almost 2, and then I wouldn't be surprised if I jump into like something else here. Yeah, Whiscash, catching the bison Whiscash, because Whiscash is strong enough to beat this, bulky enough to beat this, but also Lanturn is not really going to want to come back into this if it if it can avoid it. But I think it just may have to like come in and try and just like spark down stuff. Get to the Scald. This probably won't take out. This is why I wish I had a Shadow, because it's just like that little bit of extra damage there. And they have a Trevenant, so this is just a hard counter team, right? I mean, it's not that Whiscash hard counters Vigoroth, but I got the front and back Pokemon just like dead to rights here, so there's not much they can really do here. So I will take this one down pretty easy, and hopefully we can get some other matchups that aren't as easy. I don't mind taking a second Seed Bomb here. I think coming out with a Foul Play is probably useful. I assume they'll come Lanturn and then come Lanturn, all sorts of Venusaur, and then they'll come back and try and snipe with Vigoroth. So I'm probably gonna have to shield, because that's how I play this out. Okay. Interesting that they just didn't come straight. I guess they didn't have a move. Yeah, they were pretty screwed. Again, Annihilape counter user. Out comes a Lickitung. I'll probably try and throw one Frenzy and then get out into Umbreon. Makes sense. So just basically put it in foul play range. Let me, I keep forgetting to asterisk these things. Last Resort's a community move. Frenzy Plant's a community move. I'm basically building up here because they're just going to counter me down anyways and come out with energy. So if that's going to happen, I want to have at least one foul play, because these foul plays will add up on a half ghost, half fighting, right? So it just is normal. It's like neutral. So out comes the Annihilape. Here come the foul plays. So this probably, I don't know, like 30-40% would be my guess. Not even, like 30%. But here comes the second one, and I'm going to probably get to a third one, because it's not like they can like ice. Can they ice punch me down from this range? Probably with the counters adding up. Why did I not throw? I was so gung-ho on fast move timing optimization that I often now give up that. Let's see if I come Venusaur and just farm and shield the ice punch. Yeah, that makes sense. Shield the ice punch. Come out with some energy for Bastiodon, and this is just, again, another not hard counter, but pretty easy matchup here. Grab one shield and then they can top left. Thank you. Bastiodon, this is probably the toxic team, which has nowhere to move. Yeah. So Venusaur, I kind of went over that in my video this morning, saying like Venusaur, that toxic Bastiodon, Wiggly, and Shadow Vic team has nowhere to go against Venusaur. So much for that read. But I will just, because this will grab a shield, because this will do like 80%. So of course they're going to shield. And then I can just get my Umbreon on this. They will get to a turn, so I'll be interested to see. I doubt I shield. But 2 returns basically do take you out. But I should be able to 2 foul plays before they get to 2 returns. So here comes the first foul play. Guess a little short. Yes, I know. Umbreon is very defensive heavy. You think 2 would take out a Sableye though, but I guess not. Does a return gonna take me out? Maybe. And I'm shielding. Oh, I think I'm shielding because yeah, I had a read that there's going to be a grass in the back, because that's a good read, and I remember doing this in the moment. So this is just a team read. Bastiodon the lead. You really only have 2 things that are going to beat Bastiodon the lead: fighter, and in particular a ground, and both resisting the rock. You probably have an answer for that. Hello, your ghost grass Pokemon in the back. I read that it may be a ghost, like a grass in the back. So I really couldn't. I want to save some health on this and energy on this, and not just get farmed down and then have to like no shield Venusaur, and then they could like take out my Venusaur and my Whiscash. So I was like, they got a grass in the back. Let's pivot to the Venusaur, force out their grass. Umbreon can now take this out, and then I'll get the Whiscash on the thing. So you need to make those reads. If your opponent has a Pokemon that can just get like killed by something, they probably have an answer for it in the back. And so there's no point of leaving that Pokemon that does kill that Pokemon on your team in the back, right? So I have a Whiscash in the back. I figured they have something that's going to kill Whiscash in the back, because Bastiodon is going to just get killed by Whiscash, has nothing to throw. So they have something in the back for it. So that's just their team read. Whimsicott, good lead, because I'll do double super effective with the Sludge Bombs. So this will just be easy. The problem is, as you're going to see here, Venusaur, Glassy AF. So resisted Moonblast takes me into the yellow. So I will get one here, or take this out. They decided to let it go. I'm guessing some sort of Skarmory or Steel. Yeah, makes sense. If you're weak to poison and ice on the lead, you have a resistance to poison and ice somewhere on your team. For me, it's not worth the trade out. What did I throw there? Did I throw the Sludge Bomb? No, I throw the Frenzy. Okay, yeah, I was like, throw the Frenzy. What am I doing? Okay, yes, throw the Frenzy. Both resisted. Frenzy just is such a good move. Now I can come Whiscash. Obviously, I can live 1 Shadow, though. These will add up pretty quick. I think I just commit to the farm down at this point. I almost want them to just like, I want to just try and farm down and come up with like multiple skulls, because if you can lower your opponent's attack multiple times, that's actually huge. And you can't leave. Oh, okay. I get why, but like, I guess I'm not going to throw the Scald in this matchup. You can't leave a Pokemon that can essentially lower your attack without a reset Pokemon on your team. But the damage is done here. Get the 3rd one off. They got to shield this. And then I think I may outpace anyway, so I may shield back and just get to the Mud Bomb. I don't need to. Umbreon with the shield advantage is going to easily destroy a half health Lanturn. But I know I'm going to get to the move anyway, so let's just take this out. Don't worry, there are some losses coming in here, because there are some hard things, like a Bomb Snow kind of core breaks Venusaur Whiscash. There's your first Skarmory. You got to come Umbreon. I imagine they probably have an answer for it, right? There is your Poliwrath. Someone will ask at this point in the video, as soon as this scenario comes up, can you run Psychic instead of Last Resort because it's better for Poliwrath? The answer is yes, you can. Just be aware that with a bunch of Pokemon, then you will have nothing to throw. In particular, any Dark. If you don't have Last Resort, you will not have anything to throw at a Dark. Steals are fun. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else you would need Last Resort for. Because I think anything else Psychic would still land neutral. Because I'm thinking like anything that resists Dark, Fairy and stuff. But Fairy, you can just throw Psychic against most Fairies, if not all Fairies. So I'm essentially just trying to go two shielded Whiscash because it's like my only potential win condition. Like Venusaur is useless. Um, and hello, win condition potentially spotted here. Lanturn in the back. I know Steel Wing's going to be resisted. So I can take one Surf. I'm not worried about Steel Wing taking me down here. They're going to have to throw multiple charge moves. I get to this. The problem is if this doesn't take it out, it does take it out. So that's good. Skarmory comes in. Now the question is, can Skarmory get to 3 moves before I get to 4 moves? Right? Because I'm 3 Sky Attacks away with a shield, right? 2 shields and a Sky Attack. They are 4 Scalds away. 2 shields, 2 Scalds. Attack Lord. I think you just get outpaced here. I'm going to have to maybe bait. Oh, did I already throw 2 Scalds so I can't bait? So here comes a third. Lowers their attack again. They're going to have to maybe try and catch. Oh, I remember this. I was like, I already know what's happening here. I was like, my lose con is they catch the Skulls and then get into a move. Of course, I did not count because I don't count. And everyone's like, you should start counting because the amount of times that if I had a nickel for every time I say I don't count and I get screwed in the ending because of it, I'd be rich. I don't know that they're asked to go 2 Sky Attacks. So I thought, like, let's just wait till they either try to catch or do one more Steel Wing and then I'll throw during the mid animation. So I'm not throwing my Skull right here. And hello, they have 2 moves, so they're going to take me down. So yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, I feel like you're screwed if I do, screwed if I don't, but that's something that you need to maybe learn how to count there. So good lead, good switch here. Again, I'm in no rush to throw a move here. In fact, I would not mind to be hit with 2 Seed Bombs because I want the Wiggly to get as least amount of like fast move energy farm down. That's the word. Jesus, least amount of farm down as possible. So put it within 1 or 2, like a 2 foul play. 2 last resorts are not going to take this out anyways. So I'd rather just be like 3 or 4 charms as opposed to like 8 or 9 when they can then get to an Icy Wind here quicker than I can get to my Frenzy Plant, and then they grab a shield and then they could potentially booms in the back. But now that I grabbed a shield, puts it in a much easier position. I will shield back, take the Icy Wind, lowering my attack because they're still in Frenzy Plant range, and I'm going to significantly outpace them to the moves here. So this will take out if they decide not to shield. They decide to shield, and they are to move. I'll be interested to see what I do. I can just mud shot down, so I'd be surprised if I shield. Yeah. And what's in the back but a Lanturn. Okay, Skarmory, another bad lead. Coming Umbreon. Let's see if I get hit with the counter user again. No. This one may be Brave Bird and Bail. There's 2 ways to play it. One, if you have an immediate answer to it, you just come into it. If you don't, I think Brave Birding and Bail is probably the answer, and then you can keep switch here with these. The thing, what I'm wondering now is, there's really no point in going in and getting ahead on Venusaur energy when they can just come in on the Skarmory, and then you have to have like Whiscash and what is a who knows what kind of matchup in the back. I think maybe that's low. I don't know. They have a Surf, so I don't know. That's kind of a lot of damage to take. Yeah, okay. If they potentially threw earlier and they didn't have a move, I don't want to take this move on Whiscash. But if they like threw earlier, I may have like thought about coming in Whiscash to like get ahead on energy, because then if I was ahead on energy here, like this would be a good matchup. So I'm going to need multiple Skulls here. Again, we're looking at 2 to take out plus 2 shields if they really want to commit 2 shields. Call the first Aerial Ace, so that's nice. Get this move off. I remember this matchup being pretty close despite being like killed in the lead and switch here. Another air release comes through. Do I bait here? Nope, just go CMP Scald. This will take him out, so it'll be interesting to see what they do. They let it go. So now the thing is, can I get to 3 moves before they get to 2 here? And now should I just go... I feel like I have to bait this one coming up. I am going to bait. The thing is, I still don't think I outpace, and then I don't think I can get to 2 moves, because 1 Sludge is not going to take this out. If I could have chipped it, I could have Sludged it to take it out, but they take me out now, and then I'm going to need 2 moves. Frenzy is double resisted because of Steel and Flying, so Sludge is single resisted, so this is the best option, but still not enough to take out. So despite like tough lead, tough switch, not amazing backline, but not bad backline, like not a bad loss, quite honestly. You just have to like take those losses. Like there's not much you can really do. Okay, another good lead. They're staying in. Again, Ice Punch will hurt a lot. I'm assuming I can outpace with Venusaur, and I'll probably win CMP. Because I think it's 665 to the Frenzies. So I should be able to outpace. You notice that weird like purple bar that's come up a few times now? I've noticed that happen a couple times now. And I noticed that when I'm playing. I don't know why it's doing that. But I will get the second Frenzy off. I think they shield, and I think I take this with the 3rd move. Because it only takes 5, and I think they maybe just thought that it was straight 6s. But take switch, doesn't matter. We'll see. I'm assuming some sort of Skarmory. Instant swap. There's no reason, in my opinion, to stay in there and get just farmed down. Yeah, there's no reason to stay in there and get farmed down. And then I'm coming out with Energy, Brave Bird, and Bail easier. Lickitung. Obviously good for me. The Brave Bird does put me in like 2 body slams range. The point is to just like chip this a bunch. Get the Venusaur to basically farm / absorb a charge move. Because I think they're going to try and get to 2... I don't think a body slam takes out Umbreon. Yeah, Umbreon's real freaking tanky. So they have to throw. They could try and farm down, but I doubt that they'll be able to. And then they try and save it. So immediately come in here. 1 Brave Bird's not going to take you out. I think it's just worth the Scald right away anyways. But 1 Brave Bird won't take you out. They're going to need 2 moves here. And I should be able to get to it, even if the Brave Bird will not take you out. So I should be able to Scald this out before they take me out. Not even close. Let's take this out here, and then I can Mud Shot down the Lickitung / combo it with whatever I have left here. Yeah. So that's a team. Again, pretty good. There are a lot of Skarmories everywhere. So actually what I didn't show, I did 2... because I already had enough videos and I only did 2 more battles, I put in Trevenant instead of Venusaur. Because I thought it still resists the counter that you want, but it will give you, it resists counter, it deals with the waters, and it has way more play against Skarmory, which is everywhere, and flyers in general. So I put in Trevenant, and I went like, I think 1-1, and then I switched the team immediately. So I don't know if Trevenant is a better answer or not for Venusaur. Again, I like the hard hitting of Venusaur. You obviously get worse against like Lickitungs and stuff like that, but you get better against Skarmory. So pick your poison. Again, you'll beat the Mud Boys too, but you'll still do... actually, you'll take resisted from all the mud moves on Whiscash as opposed to Venusaur taking neutral because it's half poison. So it's an option if you want to try out this like team idea. Anyways, that is it. Yeah. We'll just keep pumping out Great League teams this week as we're so close. We are 80 subscribers away at the time I'm shooting this video from 20,000. Really cool. So thanks for the support. And I'll see you guys in the next one.